Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about a few assets, mainly XLM, XRP, QNT, as well as Hbar and possibly XDC as well. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump into this video, I just want to ask if you guys are new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and turning notifications on. Also, if you guys aren't new or new, definitely hit that like button as it does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. But overall, in terms of the market sentiment right now, it's fairly stable. I would argue that it's fairly boring, to be honest with you. We haven't seen too much movement throughout the market, but the longer that Bitcoin does range here, the longer the cycle will last, and also the higher most altcoins will go in terms of price, because Bitcoin will also go higher in price. So we have to wait and watch the market overall to see that validated or invalidated. Obviously a lot of altcoins right now are doing fairly rough. There is a few like Mana that is up 29%. We see Bitcoin Cash up 6.44%, which the OG laggard assets like Bitcoin Cash and stuff, not a lot of them have been green. Right now, Bitcoin Cash is pretty much the only one that's fairly green right now. So we are still watching the overall market kind of retest major support zones, especially for a lot of altcoins. But we also have been seeing a lot of updates along the way. But before we fully jump into this video, I just want to let you guys know that the Ultimate Crusader Trading Bundle Pack right now is on sale, 20% off for a limited time only this Friday. It does include everything on the site as well as all future content for free. So definitely consider checking that out if you guys are interested into my exit strategies, my trading indicators, and all that kind of stuff. NCashOfficial.com. Links are down in the description below as well as in the comments below. Now, let's talk about XRP, because I know that XRP is one of those assets that a lot of people are kind of frustrated with because it's not moving. My personal opinion on it is that it's still kind of just replaying the 2017 cycle, except will most likely range a little bit longer. For an example, here is the 2017-2018 pattern where we essentially broke out in December and topped in January. It was January 6th. I think that we could actually lengthen this a little bit and possibly even break out a little bit later in December and have the topping point in later January or possibly even February. So we have to wait to see that actually play out. Obviously, if we do break out in December and pretty much repeat this exact pattern perfectly, I'm pretty much going to be selling around, where I think the topping point is. But we have been seeing XRP be fairly strong, especially on some of the weekly MAs. We actually see here holding that weekly 20, which is the 20 EMA here, fairly strong, like a boss for 16 weeks. Something has to give soon, hopefully so. To the upside, you have the minimal target in this bull run that have gave you. Obviously, I think that the minimum target here is at least $7, with $10 to $15 being the high grade targets. We have to wait until this actually gets validated though for us to actually go to the upside, because any sort of downward pressure from here does break that MA, which will pretty much bring us down to the test of 85 cents essentially. So we have to wait and watch that play out. We also see here Dan Moorhead said XRP will still be a top 10 asset by 2030. Imagine that market cap. I listened to Dan, CEO of Pantera Capital, the first ever crypto hedge fund and one of the largest today. And I do think that when we're talking about the top 10 coins in the future, I think a lot of them will have at least $1 trillion market cap. By 2030, this market's going to look extremely different. Just from 2017 to now, it's extremely different. So I think that the market cap at that point is going to be at least $20 trillion plus. I've always said, in the future, we are going to be seeing a $100 trillion market cap for all of crypto. And I think that we're moving there very, very fast. So I'm very excited for, the top 10 list to be pretty much implemented by 2030 and see where the market cap actually is at that time. We also see here XLM 2017 all-time fractal. If this turns real, XLM will touch almost $9. And again, if we are following the 2017 structure perfectly, XLM and XRP both have some parabolic highs to breach. And I think that XLM is also very bullish alongside of XRP. I've discussed how they both move together pretty much perfectly. And I think that they're both going to make those significant gains at around the same exact time. So if XRP does pretty much top out around January 6th, XLM will probably top out around that same point in time, similar to what it did in 2017 as well. So obviously we have to watch this closely, and we have to watch both of these altcoins closely in terms of their upside potential. Now we also see here still delivering LumenSwap indulging their asset holders. Check this out. Last 9 days, the 15th added new AMMs features on site, 16th AAX exchange listing, 22nd ledger compatible, and 23rd announced a 100K lottery winner paid in XLM. So there is a lot of ecosystem growth and ecosystem involvement, especially with a lot of the asset holders and those who are a long-term holder as well. So I think that those incentives are very interesting to say the least, and I think that that's also very good to see as well, because it does allow a lot more people to be incentivized to hold their assets. Now let's talk about Hbar as well, because we've been seeing a lot of updates with Hbar. I update you guys every single day almost on it, but we do see Hashport Network will soon connect all major networks with Hedera. It will become the largest, most secure, and performant interoperability bridge in crypto ever built. And of course, here is all of those bridges. We do see, Solana, we see ALGO, we see Avalanche, we see Polkadot, Harmony One, and so many more. So I think that this is going to be very interesting. And we do see numerous popular networks will be added to the portal over time. And I do think that in the future, Hbar with Hashport and all the stuff that we have been seeing, especially with the ecosystem growth, I think that Hbar is primed for being a top 10 asset at least, with high grade targets being around the top 5. I've always said that Hbar is going to disrupt the scene very, very fast, and it looks like it's going to, and it looks like it has been as well. Now we also see here Zinfin's XDC network selected as the first blockchain company to join the Global Trade Finance Distribution Initiative. Like I said, within XDC and within a lot of these networks, they are growing like crazy. And XDC is a very high grade asset in my opinion, because it is one of those assets that does provide an immense amount of value for banks, financial institutions, stuff like that. I love enterprise grade assets and enterprise grade utility tokens like Hbar. Hbar is one of the main ones that always comes to mind. XRP, of course, as well, and QNT, XLM. A lot of these assets are focused on payments and stuff. Like XLM is more so for P2P and retail, but all of these assets have incredible use cases behind them. XDC, though, on the other hand, is looking into trade finance. We actually see here trade finance is a compelling asset class for institutional investors. Making trade finance more accessible for non-bank investors is one of the paramount importance if we are going to drive the economic recovery from COVID and fill the USD $3 to $5 trillion SME trade finance gap. Now, we do know that the trade finance global market is like $19 trillion. I believe that they say that up here. So yeah, we do see here that we welcome Zinfin's XDC network to TFD initiative as this enables us to bridge the US $19 trillion trade finance asset class with any type of funder through tokenization and digital assets. And I just want to tell you guys right now, XDC currently is worth literally like $1 billion. In market cap. It's like worth almost $3 billion in market cap. So we're not even close to where we would be at scale. I think that this is incredible. When we're talking about a $19 trillion market, that's something to not disregard at all. And even at the low end scale, $3 to $5 trillion for the SME trade finance gap, that's also incredible. And of course, XDC is going to be the bridge for this. It's interoperable. It's a great hybrid blockchain that could support this. And I think that when we're talking about the long-term growth of XDC, I think that it's going to be similar to XRP. I think that it could have an XRP run this bull run as well. It's very similar, in terms of the chart right now. And when we're looking at XDC, it's probably one of the most undervalued assets in this space currently. We also see here that, also Zinfin or XDC introduced XSwap, which is a decentralized exchange. I think that this is awesome. I think that this could give Uniswap a run for its money. And of course, this does have the automated market maker system as well. And I think that this is awesome. I think that a lot of things that we are seeing within this ecosystem is very interesting, to say the least, for XDC. And I think that this is going to continue to grow. And I think that when we're looking at the long-term growth of XDC in terms of a network, in terms of a project, in terms of adoption as well and utility, it's going to grow and grow and grow. And I don't think that anybody's going to be able to put out that fire. Now, in terms of things happening, we always look back at QNT as well. QNT is so incredibly bullish that we will fly to the moon. Be aware that QNT will be the new internet for blockchains. QNT will be bigger than Bitcoin. And I've always said this as well. 400,000 Oracle clients, 570 SIA banks, Latin America, SDX, CBDC, staking incoming, easy $10,000. I also think that we could easily hit $10,000 this bull run, but I'm more so conservative at around $2,000 to $5,000. But if we're looking at the overall bridge of networks, Q&T is the giant in the room that nobody's talking about. Nobody's realizing how big it actually is. There's a very limited amount of supply. There's a ton of demand for this, but look at all of the APIs, right? We look at the payment APIs, we look at the blockchain APIs, we look at the banking APIs, and this connects with all of the projects that we always talk about. We look at EOS, XRP, we look at Bitcoin, Cosmos, Ethereum, VeChain. I mean, there's so many involved within this space. We even look at Constellation, DAG, right? I've always talked about DAG in the past. We talk about XLM or Stellar. You know, there's so much in terms of the network of networks within the quant ecosystem. Again, this is a massive ecosystem that continues to grow and grow. And when we're talking about Web 3.0, Q&T is going to be at the heart of, Web 3.0 for interoperability and interconnected blockchains. And like I said, Q&T is solving the puzzle here, as Quant_111 is saying on Twitter. And I do completely agree with this. And we look at Web 3.0 being a $140 trillion market, and Web 3.0 is going to be really focused on crypto as well. And I think that crypto adoption, as we do move forward on, is going to grow and grow and grow. And in terms of what Quant is focused on, we do see here, yep, we're working with a lot of governments. It will all be public when we can tell people about it. We've had meetings with Oracle regarding the Swedish central bank. That's not part of the 5 we are already talking to. So, Quant's not even at scale yet. Quant's not even at the point of, being fully adopted in and being utilized either. So we are extremely early in its infancy stages. I think crypto entirely right now is in infancy stages because we're not even in a utility-driven market yet. But once we are, that's where we will see trillions of dollars flowing through this market at an astronomical rate. And I don't think a lot of people are prepared for that or ready for that yet. So, we still have some time though. Regulations are not here yet. Once regulations are, that's where we do see that mass adoption happening. That's where we do see those utility-driven markets really kind of ramping up within this space. And I'm very, very excited for the future of this space. But with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.